afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Topic Time with Harrison Young. It's hard to believe there's only 3 days left in February, and if this weren't a leap year, there'd only be 2 days left in February. And this winter has just whipped right by. It's been an amazingly mild winter, and loving it. Okay, another great guest in here tonight. A young man is a musician. He's from my home city, Brockton, Mass. Got a few underwriters tonight, not nearly as many as we had last week. Got to read them off. They're all awesome, and then we'll get to the show and the guests. So we got Studio 53 Salon and Day Spa in Pembroke. 20% off first time. Visits prom season's coming. They also do spray tanning for that. They got Kingston Auto Body in Kingston. We got Matt's Auto Repair and Service in Kingston. They're a new one. We got good old Dave's Automotive on Route 58 in Hanson, and we got MDI Auto Brokers and Repair in Whitman, home of the fully certified used car. I want to thank you guys very much. And now I will introduce my guest. This young man is very easily known as Ty Hunt. One syllable each name. I love that. He's a rapper. He's from my area, and we're going to interview him tonight. And about halfway through the show, we're going to listen to one of his original tunes. So, Ty, first of all, thank you for coming on and being with my show tonight, Topic Time, and it's an honor to have you here.
Thank you. It's a privilege.
Okay. Now, you're a local guy. You're a rapper. I've seen some of your videos. They're amazing. How did you get into it? Let me rephrase that. Where did you grow up? How did that influence what you're doing now? And then we'll take it to the present.
When I was a kid.
Yep.
So my uncle actually shared with me that one time when I was in his truck. I was in a car seat, and he was playing Coolio, Gangsta's Paradise.
Yep.
And he said that I was just bobbing and freaking out.
You were loving it.
I was loving it.
Okay.
And then.
How old were you about at the time?
I mean, I was in a car seat.
You were in a car seat.
I can only imagine.
Exactly, you were pretty young.
And then I remember, like, later in the 90s, I remember my oldest brother, he had a Mitsubishi with a system in it.
Yep.
And I remember he used to play, like, Tupac and Bone Thugs and Harmony and Eminem. And
I love Eminem.
I was just, like, I was just fell in love.
There you go.
And then it was about 2003 in Brockton. There was a park, and everybody used to like battle rap.
DW?
Huh?
DW?
No, on Winter Street.
In the Village.
It was over near there.
Yep, I know the area.
I was really engaged in it. And
okay.
One day I went home and I wrote this rhyme, and then I started freestyling. And I saw this.
Well, what does that mean, freestyling?
Freestyling, it's just going off of the dome.
Okay.
Like what
Eminem does, just doing the lyrics.
Just randomly.
Yeah, got it.
Just
rattling them off and feeling like you got it. Okay.
And I was really good at it.
Yep.
And this guy, Black Hesha, he came down to the park. He was actually in California, and he was signed to Capitol Records, and he threw his career away when he started doing drugs, and he ended up back in Brockton.
Yep.
And then he found me, and I got on a song called Pink Elephants.
Okay.
Now this was like 2002, 2003.
Right.
And he brought me into the studio the first time. And
okay, this is a song you wrote, right?
Yeah, I wrote a verse. It was just about 45-second part of me rapping, and that was my first time ever being on an album.
Wow.
I fell in love with it, and everybody used to love when I rapped down at the park. All the older people, they just loved it. They ate it up.
And think of what you did for him. You probably brought him back to normal too, because of how's he doing today? Is he still with us?
Yeah, he's doing amazing.
That's great.
He's actually getting. He got nominated for a music award for the San Diego Music Awards.
Okay.
For the best rap album.
You may have saved his life. Well, think about it.
A few times. No.
Well, I mean, I don't know. Well, look at. I always say everything happens for a reason. Look what you're saying. He almost lost it all because he was in drugs, and then he came back to Brockton, which I would think, for most people, would have been the opposite. They leave Brockton to get away from the drug culture and go west. To expand and escape and get into entertainment. Well, he did that, but he fell into the wrong echelon of life, and he ended up, somehow he came back here, almost like maybe a vibe that told him to do it, and there you were.
he had a big group of people that he grabbed onto, and
Okay.
they grabbed onto him, and he's actually been a huge part of me carrying through and carrying on with this music.
Exactly. You
And
did.
he's still a mentor to me today.
Absolutely.
And
I mean, it worked out great for both of you
Yeah.
guys.
he gets me shows every time I go out to California.
Okay.
And
And speaking of that, where did you perform? What venues have you performed? You mentioned you did a great show in San Diego when you gave a T-shirt to a young fan, about 11, 12 years old.
I've been doing, this last year has been the busiest for me in
Okay.
music. I've been doing everything from, Christmas shows.
Okay.
And we did a show called Brock the Vote. They were trying to get young people to come out and register to vote.
Okay.
That was in Brockton.
Great cause. That was
And
in
then-
Brockton?
Yeah.
Did you grow up in Brockton?
Grew up in Brockton.
Okay,
Yep.
what side of Brockton?
Right on the north side.
Okay,
near
same,
Winter
that same near
Street.
Winter Street, which is the north
Yep.
side also. Yeah, same here. I grew up on the west side and I'm still there.
Mhm.
Okay. Wow.
So then, I've done shows, out in San Diego. I remember last year we did two Christmas shows out there.
Okay.
I did a Halloween bash in New Bedford,
Okay.
and I've done shows over by Hampton Beach,
Okay.
New
Wow.
Hampshire,
New Hampshire, yeah.
New York.
With the city? Or the,
No, it was
Upstate?
actually upstate.
okay. Ever do like a blue? I mean, I don't know. I mean, if you're a rapper, but I wouldn't suppose. When I think of New York, upstate. I think of sometimes they have like bluegrass festivals. I don't think that would be the kind of music you do, is it?
No, unless somebody made a bluegrass beat and I was able to,
Yeah, I know what you're saying, right?
manifest some greatness with that.
Yeah. Okay. Well, now what other? Have you done any other kind of music besides rap, or is this? I mean, did you do anything else? Did you ever like take piano lessons? Do you play any instruments?
I took piano in high school, but
Okay.
I failed. I missed a lot of classes.
They had at Brockton High School. Did you go to Brockton High?
I went to Champion. It was an alternative.
Oh
program.
yeah. Okay. I don't think they had piano lessons at Brockton High School.
Yeah.
I took lessons for 7 years when I was a kid.
So now, when I was into the rapping, it was just like I didn't really have any positive influences
Okay.
in terms of rap. I thought that in order to be a rapper, it had to be
Well, you like Eminem?
drugs, gangs.
Oh, I see what you mean.
violence,
Negative influences.
Negative
yeah. Okay.
influences. So that's all.
Plus, you're a white guy, and that's kind of unusual
That's
too.
what I was rapping about.
Okay.
And my friend Black Hesha,
Okay.
that I told you about,
Yeah.
he told me, Ty, you got to stop rapping about guns, needles, and drugs. You're
So many good things you
said
can rap
you're
about.
12 years old. You should rap about. So I took that as like a challenge,
Right.
because older people used to laugh at me when I, was doing bad things.
Right. You wanted to take it serious.
It fed me.
Yeah, of course.
It fed that. So I went down a dangerous path.
Right.
And when I was 14 years old, I went on a car ride with my friend Jesse,
Okay.
and we hit a telephone pole and a boulder going 100 miles per hour on North Quincy Street.
There was a guy, right? Was he driving?
He was driving the car. I was
Wow.
in the passenger seat,
Ooh.
and the car flipped, and he broke every bone in his body.
Wow.
His mother pulled the plug on him. I was in a coma, and then I was in a wheelchair for 6 months.
Wow.
I had to learn how to walk,
Jeez.
talk
Yeah,
all
yeah.
over again. I did, a special education for the first time in
Did
my
he make
life.
it?
No, his mother pulled the plug.
Your
on
mother
him.
pulled the plug. Okay. Wow.
I had a IEP,
IV, yeah.
individual education plan
Okay.
when I went back to school. And now this affected me like
course.
greatly.
Yeah.
And it was a game changer, because now I had short-term memory loss and a word finding disability.
Okay.
So I wasn't as witty as I was before, and I
Okay.
couldn't freestyle.
So, yeah, you couldn't do your rapping as
And-
efficiently as you had been doing it.
It was hard for me. and
Right.
I had to refined the beat.
Okay.
Because I couldn't rap on beat.
Right.
And I remember I got like a little settlement, and I told my mother I want a studio.
Okay.
So then we put a studio in my house, and I think music saved my life.
Probably did, no question about it.
You know, music has been very therapeutic to me.
Yeah.
And I was suffering from depression, and I didn't know why God spared me in this car accident and that Jesse died, and I didn't know what my purpose was.
Yeah.
And with music, it was very therapeutic, and, you know, writing out my feelings. And
Of course. Did you write a
goals.
tribute to him?
Yeah.
You did?
I remember
Okay.
I was in the studio when I was 15 years
Yeah.
old, and I was in a neck brace
Ooh,
in
yeah,
the studio rhyming, and I don't know where that song is. It's
No, okay.
probably a lost tape somewhere,
Yep.
but I just kept at it, and I kept at it, and I did music with hundreds of people, you know, who came over to my studio.
Wow.
You know, recorded them for free and just learned the game and stuck with it. And I still didn't give up the lifestyle, you know, that dangerous
Right.
suicidal lifestyle.
Blown away. I
But
mean, you must have been pretty overwhelmed, and I'm sure, and I know that any therapist would tell you must have feelings of guilt about the fact that you were
Yeah.
spared and he wasn't.
I had a lot of guilt and shame.
Of course, yeah, that's part of. Listen, that happens. I mean,
Yeah.
it wasn't your fault, but
Hmm.
nevertheless, because that's the kind of thing that can bring forth feelings like that.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So we moved forward, and
Yeah.
and I kept listening to that. You know, I was in love with rap music, and
Okay.
I didn't really have any positive influences still.
Okay.
So I fell into that lifestyle again, and I ended up becoming the person that I was rapping about when I was 12.
Wow.
And then,
So it was almost
I-
like it was like a self-portrait in a way.
yeah.
Okay.
And I built a lot of self-hate for myself, and I kept going, you know, I kept just wanting to die when I became that person.
Wow.
And, you know, I kept doing music, and then I had like a spiritual awakening,
Okay.
and then I started rapping about the complete opposite of like of the people that I was hearing when I was younger.
Right. Okay. Good things like the spiritual awakening.
Yeah, about the spiritual awakening, and
Okay.
like God, and
Yeah, I noticed that on your page. Well, you know what? We're about to take a little break now. We're going to listen to one of your songs,
all right.
and then we're going to come back. So without further ado, Ty Hunt. Here we go.
Sleepy Hollow, surrounded by models, getting my bottle. Suicidal lifestyle, still living in sorrow. Speedballing at mulatto, like there's no tomorrow. What do you know about the come down of Kilimanjaro? Kilimanjaro. Kilimanjaro, Kilimanjaro. What do you know about the come down of Kilimanjaro?
That was incredible. Talk about that.
Did you like that?
I loved it. But
No, I had a spirit. I remember I signed up for a speech class in college.
okay, what
and-
college was that?
Massasoit.
Oh yeah,
Brockton.
Massasoit. Yep, I know. I've been there.
And when I took the speech class, I did speeches on drug addiction,
Yep.
car accidents, and the 13th Amendment.
Yeah. What is the 13th Amendment? I should know.
It's neither slavery nor involuntary servitude, except as a punishment where the party has been duly convicted.
Okay.
Meaning that all the slaves are free
Yep.
unless you're caught for a crime.
Okay. Then you're imprisoned.
So now you're in prison.
Right.
So the slaves are free unless you're caught for a crime. So then,
That's interesting. You just taught me something. I never
Am-
knew what that amendment
am
was.
I allowed to
Yep.
share on this topic
Sure.
that led to my spiritual awakening?
Absolutely.
Well, so now, so now they're saying that slavery is legal as long as you're caught for a crime. And I learned that it was a $74 billion industry annually, the prison system.
Okay.
You know, because the prisoners, they take care of each other in jail. They do each other's laundry.
They either take care of each other or they
clean
kill each
up,
other.
They cook for each other.
Right. Wow.
And
Okay.
you know, there's the phone money, and there's people picking up trash on the side of the highway, and that's
Oh yeah, I've
that's
heard
state,
of that.
That's
But that's gonna be that. Those are the lesser criminals, not the more dangerous ones, right?
I mean, I don't know. I know that they have prisoners fighting fires out in California,
Okay.
and then when they get out of jail, they can't even get a job as a firefighter.
Well, okay.
And picking up
Well, good
trash.
for them for doing it anyway.
Yeah.
Okay.
Picking up trash on the side of the highway. Is,
Right.
That's state work. Now,
Right.
That's like prevailing wage work if it was a citizen like me or you,
Right.
because it's a state highway. And
True, but they're serving a sentence for doing something, for breaking the law.
yeah, well,
They probably get
so-
paid a little bit. So
yeah, they get paid like $1 an hour,
Right, yeah.
something like that. And
Yep.
I'm friends with a lot of people that have changed their lives.
Okay.
And a lot of people that are still, you know, trapped in that lifestyle.
Right.
And you know, they've told me that they'd be willing to get out of jail and go do that work for free, because they just don't, you know, they can, you know, see the world and not be trapped in a cage.
just to get out of jail.
So then I did the speech on drug addiction,
Okay.
and I found out that more than half of the 2.2 million people locked up in the U.S. are for nonviolent drug-related crimes.
Oh yeah, I've heard of that too. And some are doing life for
Yeah.
that. I know the 3 strikes and you're out thing.
And
Yeah.
and growing up in Brockton, I was involved with a lot of people, you know, who grew up in the projects.
One on the east side,
North side,
north side,
east side,
Dallas Farm Village, right?
south side,
Yeah.
west side, and like their parents would be like hooked on, like one of my friends, his mother was hooked on heroin,
Wow.
and he didn't have a father growing up,
Right.
and you know, she'd be prostituting in the room behind him,
Ooh.
and she would bring him the money, and then he would sell her the heroin.
Oh wow.
And
That's a tough arrangement.
And now these drugs, it affects the community like
course it
so
does.
much, especially the inner cities
Yep,
where
yep.
you know, people are like homeless, and you know, kids are growing up without parents because
Right.
their parents are dying, and so it's kind of like I looked at it and I'm like, wow, this is like a setup. This is like a suicidal lifestyle.
It is.
So
I was a drug user too at one time, and a lot of the kids I used drugs with are no longer with us. Fortunately, I got out while the getting was good,
yeah, it's
and I was even suicidal at one point too. And I got through that.
the same here.
Yeah,
That
yeah.
was-
So I get it.
So then when this happened, I had like a revelation, and
Okay.
I'm like, wow. I was like, I should start rapping about the opposite.
There you go. And you did.
Because, you know, everybody wants to be a rapper, right? Well,
Anyone
in
that thinks
Brockton-
they can be might wanna.
Yeah.
I,
And what
if I
the-
thought I could, I would do it, but I don't think I could.
And what they're rapping about is, they're rapping about, you know, shooting guns.
Yeah, bad stuff.
And
Right.
drugs.
Gangster rap, right? That's not you.
Gangster rap.
You're
and
you're rapping about getting
getting clean,
getting good things
and
done,
getting
right?
clean and changing my life.
Being
and-
inspirational to other
Yes.
people. Yeah, exactly.
And now that it's just a beautiful like outlet. It's like I can go against the grain,
Exactly.
which makes me
In
different.
your case, you shine. You shine you're like a polished gold nugget. How about that? Yeah.
Thanks.
You got it.
And like I said, it's even more therapeutic that I'm actually writing music about positivity. And,
Yep.
And
You're very creative. Do you have now when you do your rapping? Do you have are you by yourself mostly? Do you have like a backup band with you ever, or just?
Sometimes I bring a hype man on stage with me.
Okay.
Someone who knows my lyrics too, and that can emphasize certain lines and words. And in the studio, it will be me and the engineer, the guy recording me. In
Okay.
The studio.
So how do you get the beat going?
The beat.
Yeah,
We
like the background music. Because I've always wondered how that's done.
I contact different producers.
Okay.
I have this Russian producer.
Okay.
He actually produced the Kilimanjaro beat for me,
Wow.
and I bought the rights to that beat off of him.
Okay.
It's so funny when we talk to each other. You know, he must use like a translator or something, because when we record our voices and try to talk to each other, I feel like he doesn't really understand me like that. And when he talks, it just sounds really funny. Like,
Well, I know, but it works. Look how good it works for you.
yeah, I love that Kilimanjaro beat.
Yeah, that's a
he's
great
very
beat.
talented. So
I've never even been there, and I know what a great beat it is.
we go into the studio.
Yep.
And my engineer will take the beat and record it, and then I'll go in there and record my verse.
Okay.
And
That's how it works. Interesting.
and he masters it, and he mixes it down, EQs everything, and puts it out there.
So how about when you go live? How do you do it there? On stage?
We turn down the vocals, and I'll forward the MP3 or the MP4
Okay.
to whoever it is. I mean, I'd love to have a band that could play.
Well, keep what you're doing, and maybe
Yeah.
maybe there'll be people that are gonna get on your bandwagon. No pun intended.
Yeah.
Get it? Bandwagon.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Yeah, I know.
Um,
Okay. Yeah, but you're doing great though. I mean, you're a very
Yeah.
talented guy, and it's such an honor to have you here with me tonight because, I've had. Let me try to think. I've had plenty of great musicians, and I have had some rappers, but not. I mean, the rappers I've had on haven't had the kind of inspiration that you did. And I'm not saying it was all great. Obviously, it was not. But that's sometimes negativity leads to positive stuff, as it did with you.
Yeah. I was always searching for something.
Yeah.
It's like the Wizard of Oz. Like,
Yeah, exactly.
Like the
ruby
lion just.
Oh, wants
he wanted
courage. Right, yeah.
And when he got to the destination, the Wizard of Oz was
It was a fraud.
He was a fraud.
Yeah.
And what the lion had to learn to understand is that what he was looking for was inside of
It
him
was
the
inside
whole
him.
time.
All three of them did.
So the beauty was in the journey of getting here. And
Yeah, the Scarecrow was a lot smarter than he thought he was, and of
the
course
Scarecrow was making all the decisions.
exactly. The Tin Woods Man was so compassionate that he had a heart, and they knew it.
Yeah.
Just all Dorothy had to do was clip those flippers together. How about that?
Yeah, exactly.
Well, guess what? We're under 5 minutes.
All right, so.
So what I want you to do in the remaining time is to give shouts out to people that are going to see the show, friends, family members, producers, whatever, and then we'll wrap it up. You can start with him over there.
Shout out to my sponsor, Richie.
Hey, Richie.
Shout out to my mother, my father, my nieces, nephews, my siblings, my cousins, my aunts, uncles. Shout out to all my whole support system, all the Holy Maniacs, all the future Holy Maniacs, my engineer, my producers. I'm grateful for all the love. I'm grateful for you asking me to come on the show. All the promoters, the people who buy my merchandise, thank you so much. Everybody is taking a part in this dream. People keep saying keep chasing your dreams. I'm really not chasing my dreams. I'm living my dreams, because when people believe in me, I believe in myself more, and I just get to fulfill what I love. It's just so much more enjoyable when people are on the ride with me.
Don't forget to thank your graphic artist for doing a wonderful poster.
Thank you,
being
graphic guy, even though it's like pulling teeth to try to get him to do work. But he's very talented.
When he finally does it, he does it great.
Yes, he does. He's excellent. I'm truly grateful. I really am. And
so quickly, going forward, what is the rest? What is like the summer's? Well, the spring and summer is coming up. What are you planning on? Just give me a little ballpark what you plan on doing, and we'll wrap the show up.
March 27th, I have a show at the Middle East on Mass Ave in Cambridge.
Cambridge, yep.
And
If you don't-
yeah, contact me for tickets. They should have came in the mail today. You can contact me at Ty Hunt Official on Instagram, Ty Hunt Music on Facebook, TyHuntOfficial.com. You know, we just got the website up and going.
Beautiful.
Thanks to my graphic designer. He designed the logo.
He did it all. He
You
did.
see the logo on the
Yeah.
shirt? I got
Talented
merchandise.
guy.
I got merchandise available on my website. Again, TyHuntOfficial.com. And
Okay, we'll post
Yeah.
the websites up, and then you'll have them. Then everyone
yeah,
will see
that'll
'em.
be awesome.
Well, I hope you had fun with me tonight.
I did. I had a blast. Thank you
Okay.
so much.
Please recommend me to other people in the industry, and hopefully I get more guests like that.
I will.
All right, you ready to wrap it up?
Let's wrap it up.
Okay, folks, thanks for watching Topic Time. Another great episode in the books. More to come. See you next time. Here we go.